How you doing? How you be? Top to the AB, and I have a very special review for you guys. This is the Razer Kishi. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this, but be sure to go ahead and like that like button and let the algorithm know that I exist. Let's get to it. This is the Razer Kishi. If we look here, Razer Kishi, if we look at the settings here, it says make your move. It's basically, it's a controller for your cell phone. Be interested to see how this plays out on Genshin Impact, because you know how Genshin Impact has BA/AB switched. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how this guy will fare. Generally, whenever I try to play on a cell phone, I never really like it a whole lot. It's usually a little bit too slow or a little bit too frenetic and too small for me to actually concentrate. But hopefully this will help gamers in playing certain mobile titles, you know, like maybe Diablo Immortal, whenever that comes out, if it doesn't make anybody upset and then get delayed again. But in any event, I'm sorry, I'm not very good with knives. So we'll go ahead and take a look at it. We're gonna go ahead and start with the iPhone version. I also have the Android version here. But the thing with the Android version is that my phone for the Android version that we will be testing with, which is the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, is dead. So it's currently charging. So we'll do this guy second. So we're gonna start with the iPhone here. White case versus the black one for the Android, which is kind of nice. I think it's pronounced Kishi. So we're just gonna go ahead and open this guy up. And there's not a whole lot to this. Okay, cool. So if we look here, it comes a little bundled up, and so it says, hey, to expand, see reverse side for instructions. And pull both of these latches to expand the controller, note to collapse, see the important product information guide. So, okay, cool. So, buttons, firsthand, feel pretty good, actually. The D-pad is a little gummy. I'm trying to think of something that I can actually akin this to. It's a little gummy, but I don't know too many games where you'll actually need the D-pad itself completely. Maybe, as I'm thinking about it, in Genshin Impact to change characters, you would need the D-pad. It looks like it might be okay. We'll try it in testing to see if you can actually switch pretty quickly. Because as soon as you don't want to press up and then you press up to get your main DPS or up to get your main healer, depending on how you have it set up, and you actually end up, switching to a support and get walloped, so that's the last thing that you want. So we'll see how that works. The other buttons, they're pretty good. They're not Xbox quality. But they're pretty decent. It's a little, these buttons here, the ABXY, are a little bit better than the D-pad. The controls feel pretty good. The controls and the left trigger, right trigger, and right bumper, left bumper, even though it literally says L1, L2, R1, R2, old habits die hard. They are nice, they're okay. I'm not sure how this will feel in bigger hands though, because when I'm looking at this, I feel like I might press both of these at the same time. We'll see how the rejection is on the L2 and the R2, because what you don't want to have happen is for you to press this and it actually press that button together at the same time. So that may be a bit of a problem here. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and remove this here. Ooh, fancy, look at that, Razer logo. All right, so we're just gonna stick this, I don't know, anywhere, I guess. Instructions, we're gonna put this to the side here and see exactly what else is in here. What is this? So one of the cool things about this guy is that it actually does have a pass-through cable, and it says that charging only, and I was actually looking on the website as well, and people were asking if they can use other things with it, to which Razer replied, it's for charging only, but I will be the judge of that. I do have a ton of things that I can fit in there for, like for example, video, or just doing like a stream versus, for example, Google Play, it may not give you the resolution that you want. So you may want to just stream it directly to your computer for recording. And you want to see if that's possible, because obviously you can do so with just your regular cell phone. And I wonder if this will hold you up. So I guess we'll find out here in a little bit. So say we're supposed to push these two together or pull these two apart. That's what I get for not listening. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just being silly. So you pull them apart, and then it opens up. but this is the sticky tape here is what's actually interfering. So we're just gonna remove that, and now you can see it there. So you can see that it does have the lightning cable. Is that lightning for them? Yeah, lightning cable for the iPhone. And we're just going to expand this one more time. Now it opens a little bit easier. And oh, that's very, very nice. So if we look here, this material here, it's kind of hard. It's very, very firm. It is a plastic, but it's a very, very hard plastic. I don't really see it actually coming loose too much or breaking or anything like that. Mostly because when you have it in this form factor here, you're always going to have some kind of a cell phone in the middle there. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. And on top of that, whenever you're moving it for travel, you're going to have it all the way. All right, forget everything I just said. Line this piece up with this piece and you'll figure it out. That's the best way to say it. You want to line that piece up with that piece. That is the best way to get them back together. And then once you do that, you just push this in. And here's that it looks like detached. And those are your triggers here. And that is the length of it. Let me grab a phone here. So we're going to grab an iPhone. Oh, okay. So there is some felt here so that it doesn't actually damage your phone. It actually feels pretty nice when it goes in. Has a nice satisfying feel to it. And okay, so that was silly. So we're going to put this in first. And then we're going, what? Huh. You can't tell me this. Oh, it's, wow, that is interesting. So it does fit. This is an iPhone 12, and this is the base iPhone 12 because I checked online and made sure that I had two phones that would fit. I have an iPhone 12, and then I have a Samsung Galaxy Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And I looked online to make sure they both fit. This fits, and it's snug. It doesn't feel like it's gonna go anywhere. But this moves. You see how it's rocking there? You see that little rock extension? Which I get why it's doing that because it can go further, right? But it makes me feel like if I was to, move it a little bit, maybe it may start to bend on me a little bit, just depending on how I play. So be on the lookout for that. We may see it bend a little bit depending on how I play because this is a little interesting, but outside of that, it feels really good. It's very, very sturdy in the hands. Flipping it over to the back here, we can see that basically it's pretty snug in there. I don't really see a whole lot of flex except for that bend there, but that's to be expected for bigger iPhones. Because it basically has a pretty nice compatibility sheet. Be sure to go online and check to make sure your phone does fit this product, but so far, so good. So we're gonna move this over to the side and see what all the accessories that you get with it. It's Razer, so I'm gonna guess not a whole lot. What is this? They are the same. So they're just replacement felt tips for the inside of the controller, just in case these get damaged. So very, very good. I was wondering, or at least hoping for some kind of a cable, but I guess that would be a little bit too much. The price point here is relatively affordable. I'll get that on the screen here. Just making sure that I have this all the way in. And we're gonna set this guy back up here. All right, cool. Alrighty, and that is the iPhone version here. Outside of the D-pad, a little mushy, all the other buttons feel relatively okay. We're gonna go ahead and push this guy off to the side, and we're gonna go ahead and grab the Android one. Alrighty, on to the Android. So I like the box. I like the blacker box. I think I like that one a little bit more than the wider one, and maybe just because I'm more Android prone than I am with Apple. Mostly because I just kind of grew up with Android phones as opposed to iPhones, but now I actually have both, and another topic for another day, so I'm not even going to get on that. But back to the Razer Kishi here. Let me grab a blade. So what we were discussing here and looking at the Android side, we will be testing both. See the fact that the cable that comes out, even though it is a lightning, or I'm sorry, a Thunderbolt, lightning. It's a lightning cable. And even though it's a lightning cable, it actually comes out as USB-C. This one is USB-C, so the output is going to be USB-C. So what I'm wondering is for this guy here that is USB-C to USB-C versus lightning to USB-C, if that guy will have problems if you try to hook it up to something like a an HD cam or something like that in order to get a video feed. It says that it's only for charging, but I am curious to see if this one will work because it's just pass-through versus the lightning to USB-C transformation. So we'll get to see and get to test it out and see if they both work or if just one works. So please be aware of that. We will test that here in a little bit. Alrighty, so we're just gonna open this guy up. Same as the other guy here. Well, it was the same as the other guy, but this one here doesn't actually have the extra felt buttons or the actual felt tips. Let me see if we open it up here. No, it does not. So be aware, the Android version doesn't have the felt tips, whereas the iPhone version does. So we'll take a look at the pricing just to see if they're the same price. I don't think they are. So I think that the iPhone actually comes with the extra felt tips. I think it actually may be a little bit more. But anyway, with this one here, the Android version, they feel about the same as the other one. D-pad actually on this one. Hold on, let me grab the other one here. Ooh, almost dropped my phone. They feel the same. They feel the same. I think it's just the same thing. I think the only thing that's really different is the USB-C. These buttons feel the same. Okay, because I was starting to wonder a little bit. It felt a little bit better, but that may just be me. They're the same. They're exactly the same. All right, cool. So we're just gonna go ahead and open this sticker to expose the inside there, if you can get a good look, and that is the USB-C cable. And we're gonna move the back here. Alrighty, and to remove it, we're just gonna pop that in order to allow us to open it. And now that it's open, we're good here. And of course, from our issues before, we know that to close it, we just put them together and then push this in. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and, so these look to be removable, even though it doesn't come with the felt tips. This is removable too. So this isn't anything different than the other one. So if you have felt tips for the other one, alrighty, and yes, that looks to be the case. These felt tips are universal. So it comes with two felt tips, one for the right, one for the left on the iPhone, and it's also replaceable on the Android as well. So please be aware, these replacements are universal. It doesn't matter which one you're using, whether you're using USB-C or not, it's the same thing. All right, just gonna move that over there. And we're gonna look at that cable here. Alrighty, USB-C. If I can get this sticker off me. Alrighty, so we're just gonna go ahead and put a phone in here. It feels exactly the same as the other one. Alrighty, so it'll be interesting to see how this one works. This is a much bigger phone, so we're just gonna plug this one in here. Oh, that's nice. So it has a nice little, okay. So when you stretch it a little bit, it gets a little more rigid by stretching it a little bit. And this feels way better. I think it actually is a little beneficial to have a bigger phone, because when I look at it from the iPhone 12, and granted the iPhone 12, it's not a small phone, but when you look at this one feels like a Game Gear. This one feels like a baby Game Gear. This feels like, let's go. This right here, I'm digging this one. So the bigger screen is definitely where it's at. But the iPhone does, you know, it has its strengths and weaknesses, but it's definitely much longer, and it can stretch quite a ways. You can see here. I'm sorry. Look here, that and that. So you can tell the one at the bottom is much longer, only by a little bit, but it is longer. And just to get an idea, so we're gonna go ahead and test these out and see what they can do.